Welcome back to Ask Allison. Here's today's question. How long does it take to get full? It's a popular one. So first, I want to thank Therapy Notes for sponsoring Ask Allison. They are the #1 rated electronic health record system out there with live telephone support 7 days a week. It's clear why Therapy Notes is rated 4.9 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot and has a 5-star rating on Google. They make billing, scheduling, note-taking, and telehealth incredibly easy. And now, for all you prescribers out there, they also have ePrescribe. If you're coming from another EHR, they make it really easy to transition. They import your demographic data free of charge so you can get going right away. Find out why more than 100,000 therapists already trust the amazing Therapy Notes. You can get 2 months free over at Therapy Notes if you click on the link below or go to therapynotes.com and enter the promo code ABUNDANT. All right, so how long it takes to get full? You're not going to love my answer. It depends. Okay, there are 8 factors that are going to impact your speed of growth. So let's get through them. The first, if you're somebody who's focused and gets shit done, like some of us are natural doers, we get really excited about a project and focus on it until it's complete. Or maybe we manage our anxiety by knocking things off our to-do list. If a doer is singularly focused on building their practice, great things can happen relatively quickly. If the doer is focusing on several ventures at once, like a book, an e-course, and building a practice all at once, for instance, it's going to take a longer time. Doers often have a hard time sitting still and relaxing. So if you're not a doer and you're feeling jealous as you read this, know that it comes with definite downsides. If you're not a doer, then I want you to use whatever skills you've learned to get this far in your career. Was it scheduling things? Was it accountability, mentorship? You got through grad school somehow. So use whatever worked then to bolster you now. The second factor for growth, insurance versus private pay. Once you're on insurance panels, you likely build much faster than your private pay colleagues, with all other things being equal. Insurance companies are almost like having a marketing team on your side. It makes the financial conversation easier. It makes you accessible to more people. Depending on the insurance companies where you live, it's different everywhere. They may pay really well or really terribly. So they may be easy to work with, or they may be a weekly headache. There are huge pros and cons to both insurance and private pay options. I'm pro whatever works for you, but I don't want you to make a fear-based decision about whether or not to take insurance. I want you to do your homework about what insurance companies are like where you live. That typically means talking to people in your local area, your local colleagues. They're the best source of information for that. In most cities and towns, taking insurance means taking a pay cut. If you need to build rapidly, it might be worth the pay cut for now. If you have some savings to float you and don't have the desire to go through the insurance rigmarole, slower and steady may be a better choice for you towards private pay. The third factor for growth is niche. 99.9% of the time, a niche therapist is going to grow faster than a generalist. The type of niche, however, makes a huge difference. And I could write you a list of the fastest growing niches that I see nationally and internationally from my consulting experiences, but I won't. It's coming at your niche from the total wrong angle. Your niche should be the people you do your best work with, the sessions you feel really solid and proud after, the research you actually like reading. I have not seen any solid niche not work. Some take longer than others, though. But choosing a niche because it builds faster is selling yourself and your clients out. You're not going to enjoy your practice. You can choose what you love. The fourth is location. And I'm not talking about office location. If you market your niche effectively, people will inconvenience themselves greatly to come and see you. I'm talking about your city. People who live in cities or are marketing in cities, for those of you who are online, that value therapy build much faster. There's no need to convince people that therapy is a real thing and not just paying for a friend. There are areas that really believe that therapy is hogwash, and I don't want you to have to go through the extra work to convince them and market your practice. So often what we think of when we think of areas that really value therapy, those are what people deem a saturated market. And I so love a saturated market. That's not to say unsaturated markets are a lost cause, but I've seen people's practices blow up in cities with few therapists and an acceptance that many of us need help sometimes. And I've definitely seen people's practices blow up in cities with tons of therapists and an acceptance of therapy. So basically, location equals people believe therapy is an actual science. Okay, the fifth factor is your fee. And it's not what you think. Lower is not actually better. Perceived value means a lot. So a participant in one of my live events a few years ago shared that she was looking for a couples counselor and realized she was shying away from the therapist that charged what she deemed a low amount, which was also what she was charging. She assumed that they were less competent than the other clinicians who charged higher fees. And it was such an awesome example. It like put in her face the thing that she was struggling with raising her own fee. So perceived value really will call the shots often, even though she knew she was a competent therapist and that the price was not indicative of her skill and likely wasn't indicative of these other people's skills. But she ended up choosing a higher priced clinician. And yes, she raised her own rate too. The sixth factor is your marketing strategy. How do you market your practice is a question you see a lot in Facebook groups, because people are looking for the magic answer, the silver bullet, the thing that is going to make the difference for their practice. But here's the thing. Just because a strategy worked for one person doesn't mean it's going to work for you. It's not the strategy itself. Marketing is marketing, and most of it works across circumstances. So I want you to consider the best marketing strategy is aligned with your natural skill set and gets done consistently. So there are some non-negotiables in my opinion, but the vast majority of marketing strategies are a la carte and should be chosen with intention and not combined with too many other strategies. I want you to consider that if you hate writing, for instance, blogging ain't it for you. So please, please, please do not sign up for blogging as a marketing strategy in your mind and then either make yourself do something you hate, which people will notice that it's not that good, or make yourself guilty for not doing the thing that you hate because you said you were going to do it. And now because you hate it, you're not being consistent. The Marketing Fundamentals course and the Abundance Party can help you decide which strategies are best for you and provide some information about the different options. And also tells you how to go much deeper with your chosen few. No more than 5 marketing strategies, y'all. Never, ever. Okay, number 7th, the factors for growth. Support. I see it over and over. The people who have people cheering them on build faster. The people who have a lot of discouraging messages struggle. That's why community is a part of everything that I offer with practice building. It is hard and we need connection. The connection of others who have done it before or are doing it now is vital. So get support and you'll go farther faster. And lastly, I hate to say it, but the 8th factor is luck. It'll be so much better if it was something we could control. But damn, if luck isn't a part of this. So if you're networking and you meet the referral source that refers 10 people to you a week in your first month of practice versus meeting them 8 months in, it's obviously going to make a huge difference in your speed of growth. As someone who really likes the illusion of control, it could drive me up the wall. Instead, I remind myself that I am so lucky and I look for evidence to support that. So even if you're feeling decidedly unlucky around your practice, I encourage you to look at the evidence that you're an incredibly lucky person and repeat that ad nauseum. It seriously makes a difference, and keep putting one foot in front of the other with marketing. So in case you need further convincing, asking someone how long it took to build their practice is like asking someone how long they dated their partner before they got married. It is not predictive of your circumstances and can create an expectation that hurts you later. Today's free worksheet, which I'm going to link to, lays out these 8 factors so that you can remember what you have control over and what you don't in building your practice. And if you're like me and you need to be successful, join the Abundance Party today. You can get 25% off your first month if you use the promo code FALL. Have a great day.